The most celebrated game mechanic of the last decade, enemies that remember your name, hold grudges and climb the ranks to hunt you down, was not designed to push gaming forward. It was designed to stop you from selling a disc at GameStop. That mechanic is the Nemesis System. Warner Brothers patented it, used it in exactly 2 games, then shut down the studio that built it, fired the people whose names are on the patent, and left the idea locked behind a legal wall until 2036. The creators can't use it, nobody else is allowed to. And the reason it might stay that way has nothing to do with games. September 2014, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. You're running through Mordor and an unnamed orc kills you. Standard enemy. No scripted backstory. Game over, respawn. Except when you come back, he's not unnamed anymore. He has a name now, a title, Scars. He remembers. He taunts you about the last time. And while you were dead, he climbed the ranks, killed rivals, got promoted, gained new strengths and fears. Kill him, and he might come back anyway, scarred from the wound you gave him, with dialogue about it. Let him escape and he'll boast about it to other orcs. Die to someone else and your old enemy might show up in the middle of that fight, uninvited, for round 2. Nothing was scripted, every player's story was different. A system of hierarchies, memories and grudges, running in real time, procedurally generating personal enemies. No game had done this before. Critic called it one of the most important innovations in modern game design. The 2014 Game Developers' Choice Award for Innovation went to Shadow of Mordor, specifically for this. The team at Monolith Productions built it. Michael DePlater designed it, a guy who'd come from Creative Assembly where he'd worked on Rome, Total War. The whole studio collaborated. AI engineers, animators, writers, facial capture. 6 named inventors ended up on the patent filing. They made something nobody had made before. And it appeared in exactly 2 games, Shadow of Mordor 2014, Shadow of War 2017. That's it. 12 years later, nothing. The best mechanic in modern gaming exists in a vault. The question is why? And the answer starts in a place you wouldn't expect. In early 2025, a former Warner Brothers Games vice president named Laura Fryer posted a video on YouTube. She'd overseen WB's Seattle studios, including Monolith, and she was talking about how trend-chasing shaped game development. Then she said something that changed the entire story. Batman. Arkham Asylum 2009, one of the best reviewed games of its generation. Strong first-week sales. But WB's analytics showed more people playing than had paid for the game. Far more. The conclusion, players were buying it, finishing it in a week, and returning the disc to GameStop. GameStop sold those used copies at a discount and kept every dollar. WB got nothing from resales. It was, in Fryer's words, great for GameStop. For developers, a disaster. WB's first solution was crude. Batman. Arkham City shipped with a one-time use code for the Catwoman DLC. Buy the game new, get Catwoman. Buy it used, locked out. It worked on paper, in practice it just annoyed people. But Monolith had a different problem. Their engine wasn't built for a massive open world like GTA. They weren't doing multiplayer. So the question they faced was, how do you make a single-player game so compelling that nobody ever sells the disc? Their answer was the Nemesis System. Personal enemies. A game that rewrites itself around you. Every playthrough different. Your orcs, your grudges, your story non-transferable. The most creative feature in modern gaming was born from a spreadsheet about resale losses. Fryer's video was taken down shortly after. Warner Brothers filed a copyright claim against it. The ex-executive's own recollection of how a system was created, removed by the company that owns the patent on it. 6 months after Shadow of Mordor launched in March 2015, Warner Brothers filed a patent application, provisional number 62138-920. Title: Nemesis Characters, Nemesis Forts, Social Vendettas and Followers in Computer Games. The US Patent Office rejected it 6 times over 5 years. The examiners pointed to Crusader Kings II, the Paradox strategy game from 2012, as prior art for NPCs with persistent relationships, evolving traits and hierarchies. They cited Batman's own Arkham series. They cited several other published patent applications covering NPC behavior systems. Warner Brothers attorneys distinguished their claims with one argument. Crusader Kings II is a strategy game. Their patent covers an avatar-driven action game, where parameters of a second NPC change, based on interactions between the player and the first NPC. That distinction, strategy game versus action game, was the seam they slipped through. What's stranger is what the patent office didn't do. The claims describe a software method running on generic hardware. Under the Alice test, the legal standard for whether software methods are even patentable, this should have triggered the Section 101 eligibility challenge. It didn't, not once in 5 years of examination. A Fordham Law Journal article called this surprising. Attorney Richard Hogue wrote that the patent appears to describe most games on the market today. And there's one more thing. During the entire prosecution, 5 years, 6 rejections, Warner Brothers never submitted a single information disclosure statement. That's the document where a patent applicant discloses prior art they're aware of. WB disclosed nothing. Every piece of prior art cited during prosecution came from the examiner. Patent Arcade noted that for a sophisticated video game developer with knowledgeable software engineers, this was somewhat surprising. On February 23, 2021, the patent was granted. US 10,926,179. A continuation, US 11,660,540 followed in 2023, a third in 2024, active until 2036. The question every patent lawyer raises: if someone challenged it through an inter partes review or as a defense in litigation, would it survive? Maybe not. The prior art is substantial. The Section 101 vulnerability is real, but that challenge costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the studio most likely to try, the one that knew the technology best, no longer exists. Monolith Productions. Founded October 25, 1994. Kirkland, Washington. 7 founders, Brian Goebel, Jace Hall, and 5 others, named the studio after the monolith from 2001, A Space Odyssey. The founders came from 3D Realms, Sierra, Squaresoft, Blood 1997, a cult first-person shooter that competed with Quake and Duke Nukem. No One Lives Forever 2000, a 1960s spy satire critics still call one of the best shooters ever made. FEAR 2005, the game that set a new standard for enemy AI. Soldiers that flanked, suppressed, and coordinated. It changed how the industry thought about NPC intelligence. Warner Brothers bought Monolith in August 2004. For the next 10 years, the studio kept building. Their AI expertise, sharpened over a decade, became the Nemesis System. Then came The String, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League 2024, catastrophic failure. Multiverses, acquired, relaunched, shut down. The Wonder Woman game, Monolith's next project, reportedly more than $100 million in the hole and far from finished, February 25, 2025. JB Perrette, head of games and streaming at Warner Brothers, sent a memo. The quality of too many of our new releases has really missed the mark. 3 studios closed the same day. Player First Games, WB Games San Diego, and Monolith Productions. 30 years of game development, Blood to Fear to Nemesis, gone in a memo. The patent stayed. The 6 inventors' names are still on it. Michael DePlatter, Christopher Hogue, Robert Roberts, Daniel Valerius, Rocky Newton, Kevin Stevens. Their names on a document owned by a company that fired them, protecting an idea that nobody is using, which nobody else is allowed to use, until 2036. This is not the first time Warner Brothers has done this with Monolith's work. No One Lives Forever, 2000, a spy shooter. Critics loved it, players loved it. You can't buy it. Not on Steam, not on GOG, not anywhere. The reason? Nobody knows who owns the rights. Monolith made it, so maybe Warner Brothers owns it. Fox Interactive published it, but Fox was bought by Vivendi, then Vivendi merged with Activision, then Activision was bought by Microsoft, and 20th Century Fox became part of Disney. In 2014, re-release specialist Night Dive Studios tried to license the game. They contacted all 3 companies. Warner Brothers said it wasn't sure if it owned the rights, but filed a legal objection to block Night Dive from registering the trademark, just in case. Activision said it probably didn't own the rights, but wouldn't put that in writing. Fox said it didn't know either. 3 of the largest media corporations on Earth. None of them willing to find out if they own a game. All of them willing to threaten lawsuits if anyone else touches it. That was 2014. 11 years later, No One Lives Forever still can't be bought. Same company, same studio. 2 patterns. With Nolf, nobody knows who owns the rights and nobody will check. With Nemesis, everybody knows who owns the rights and nobody can use them. And in October 2025, the Nemesis patent was assigned to JP Morgan Chase as collateral, a bank, holding a game mechanic as loan security. The idea that enemies remember you is now legally a financial instrument. In April 2026, rumors spread online that the patent had been revoked. It hadn't. Someone confused the Nintendo ruling on Palworld's monster catching mechanic with Nemesis. It was an April Fool's mix-up. The patent is active, still. This time, a patent nobody enforced froze loading screens for 20 years. This time, a patent nobody challenged locked away the best mechanic in a generation. And the company that holds it killed the studio that made it, silenced the executive who told the story, and pledged the idea to a bank. Namco's patent was a loaded gun that never fired. Warner's patent is a loaded gun pointed at a grave. The Nemesis system didn't die because it failed. It didn't die because players lost interest. It died because the corporation that owned it couldn't figure out what to do with success, only how to prevent anyone else from having it. Next time, an arcade cabinet showed up in a suburb in 1981. Kids lined up to play. Some got sick. Some got visited by men in black suits. Then the machine vanished, and nobody can prove it was ever there.